YouTube Oziko in the Goat House is back. And a few weeks ago, I made my way too early season predictions, playoff predictions, who will win the Super Bowl. And since that video came out, you guys have been kind of making your own video here, which that's this video. You guys have been voting. If you follow us on Twitter, who will win each division, who will make the playoffs, what seed, who will win each round, and who will win the Super Bowl. So I'm excited to take a look at your guys' predictions. It's always fun to do this, is kind of get the perspective on, it's not all the NFL fans. I hope one day all the NFL fans are following us, but kind of gives us an idea where the fans' heads are at here. So excited to break it down. If you're not following our Twitter, you're missing out. This video is a great example. Live updates on there. Check it out. Link down below. Like, subscribe, turn notifications on. You guys know the drill. So first, we'll take a look at the playoff teams you guys picked and what seed they are. Then we'll circle back. We'll go to the Twitter poll so we can get the exact percentages, see who won each division, and then each round of the playoffs, and then who you guys picked to win the Super Bowl. So AFC, Bills are the 1 seed. Chargers are the 2 seed. So maybe that was the first somewhat surprising thing that I had my predictions. I had the Chiefs and the Chargers tying, and the Chiefs getting the tiebreaker. So it's not that surprising. But if I were to predict what the fans would do, I would think they would have the Chiefs winning that division. But you guys had the Chargers, Bengals, the 3 seed. Not surprising. The Colts over the Titans. That's pretty close to 50-50 here. Maybe this surprises the Titans not in the playoffs altogether, but then you factor in the other AFC teams. There's so many good ones. We don't have the Titans in here. We don't got the Raiders. We don't got the Browns. We don't know the Deshaun Watson situation. So the Chiefs are the 5 seed, Ravens 6, Broncos 7, and the NFC Rams, Bucks, Packers. So Eagles over Cowboys. That's not really that bold. Maybe it's kind of viewed as a 50-50 around there. I would have predicted the fans to vote for. Actually, that's not that surprising for the fans there. Could have went either way. 49ers 5 seed, not surprising. Cowboys 6, Vikings 7. So, for the NFC, not too many surprises. No Saints, Cardinals, or Commanders, which are kind of viewed as the next teams up, perhaps. Always those surprise teams there. But that's what you guys decided here. And kind of can go back and look at, and I was going to make graphics for all this, but I think the people that skim through the videos would see my graphics and think it's my prediction then. So, but kind of going back real quick, just for the people that don't see this or aren't on Twitter yet or aren't following us for some reason, this is how the division voting went. Yeah, so the Eagles won over the Cowboys in the NFC's pretty easily, actually. Bengals, Ravens next, and the Browns, and then you got the NFC North. Packers won that pretty easily, it's not surprising because the Packers have been owning that division, but I've heard a lot of people talk about they think the Vikings are winning the division this year, so I was surprised maybe it wasn't a little closer, maybe a little bit. Was surprised by that one. Maybe we don't have a lot of Titans fans following us, which is kind of surprising because I noticed that I think the more I say good things about a team, the more those fans follow me, and I've been on the Titans train the last few years, winning the division, rightfully so there. So I'm surprised there's not more Titans. Well, I guess maybe they're not all on Twitter yet. I don't know. But yeah, the Colts ran away with that one. Buccaneers ran away with that one. Saints second. The Chargers 10% more, 10.1% more than the Chiefs. It's just such a tough division there. And then there is the NFC West, which an easy win for the Rams. So then we kind of went by the seeds. We don't have to look through all that. We kind of can get cut to the chase here. Well, though, interesting, voting for the final seeding was interesting. So we kind of had a semifinal poll for the AFC because the AFC has so many good teams. The Broncos beat out the Browns and the Patriots for that final spot, and then the Raiders beat out the Titans and the Dolphins. So then it was then it ended up being, I put the top 4 percentages in there, but it ended up being the Broncos over the Raiders there for that one. But on to the round by round. So you guys, and I like this too because maybe because we were hyping this up and talking about this in videos, and maybe there's more followers coming in. So that actually can change things sometimes. It wouldn't just be the best seed always wins, but it kind of was like that for the most part here. So Chargers over the Broncos by a good amount there. So a lot of people, two things. A lot of people believing in the Chargers this year, which I kind of got the feeling as well. And we might have a lot of Chargers fans follow us on Twitter. That also could be playing a part as well. because in things like this, it does seem like, if your favorite team's on there, you're clicking that team. That's kind of what happens most of the time. Bengals over the Ravens by a pretty good amount. Chiefs over the Colts, so that's upset, not really, but 5/4 there. Buccaneers, probably the biggest percentage yet over the Vikings in the wild card round of the NFC. And then you guys, big win there for the Packers over the Cowboys. And 49ers, Eagles, somewhat close there. We move on to the divisional round, Chiefs-Bills rematch, and I was surprised by the landslide victory by the Bills there. Not that I'm in a disagreement, but I'm surprised it wouldn't be a little bit closer at least. They're 78.5%, so a lot of people feeling the Bills there on the Twitter, or there's a lot of Bills fans, but it doesn't really take a Bills fan to know that the Bills are going to be a very good team, we think. There's a lot of surprises. Chargers over Bengals by a pretty decent amount, too. That's a tough one there, the 2 versus 3. Joe Burrow versus Justin Herbert. There's always those debates on which one's better. It's an interesting debate there. So that would be fun, that game. And then the Rams, 49ers, rival matchup. Again, same matchup as the playoffs last year. Rams won with ease there, according to the percentages. And then we had Buccaneers, Packers. Buccaneers won by a decent amount on that one. So I actually, if you remember my predictions, I had the same AFC and NFC championship game matchup. I had the same matchups exactly. So I thought it's maybe a little bold going with the Chargers because they didn't make the playoffs last year, but it's not that bold. But you guys had the same thing. Then an easy victory for the Bills there, which I had the Bills winning as well. Again, that video's up on the channel. And a close one, you guys had the Rams over the Bucks, 1 and 2 seed. I also had those 1 and 2 seed, Rams 1 seed, Bucks 2 seed, but I had the Bucks. I would switch it up a little bit here, get the Bucks in the Super Bowl. They're going to be healthier this year compared to playoffs last year. Godwin's the main one there. Tristan Wirfs going to be back in there healthy. They were trying to force him in there when he was not great. It started with the Eagles game, actually. But you guys voted for the Rams returning to the Super Bowl. Close one, though, for sure. And then there is the Super Bowl 57. You guys voted for the Bills to win a landslide victory, 79.1% versus 20.9%. So that's a big-time victory for the Bills. So a lot of people believing in the Bills. And it's not really just who follows us on our Twitter. There's a lot of people around there. Because I did have the Bills over the Bucks as well. Could change my mind. The Bills, you do forget that they lost Brian Daboll, their offense coordinator. Could that play a big part? I had them winning the Super Bowl still, so I'm not really saying it will play a major part, but it's a possibility. They kind of had a little slump in there last year. Will that show up at a worse time this year? So there's always those factors for every single team. So, but a lot of us are feeling the Bills this year. Adding Von Miller was big. Adding another corner, a starting caliber corner, and Kyer Elam. Getting Tre'Davious White back is huge. Adding James Cook was massive in the draft. And then, just pieces. They had a good draft. Pieces throughout the draft. Jamison Crowder, even smaller signings like that. Adjusting their offensive line a little bit. Roger Saffold, guys like that. So I think that's why we're all kind of a believer that this is the Bills' time. Some people believe that if the Bills got by the Chiefs, which a lot of people believe they should have in that playoff game, then they would have won the Super Bowl. There's an argument for that. Obviously, it's just an assumption, though. But so I think a lot of people feeling the Bills for all the reasons I just explained. So it's always fun doing this with you guys. There's definitely going to be more polls. We always have polls coming out. Throughout the off season, during the season as well. I'm so excited about all that. Excited about the rest of our off season content. Definitely have a lot planned, and our in season content's the best. Weekly picks with the other guys at Code House. Can't wait for that stuff. So follow us on Twitter to get involved in things like this. We just before recording this got accepted by Super Follow, so we can provide Super Follows on Twitter. Which we'll set that up in the near future. It's not ready yet, but that's pretty cool, though, that we got accepted there. So something to look out for there. Always updating you guys with news and rumors and more predictions, things like that on our Twitter. So make sure to check that out. Be much appreciated. Link down below. It's at Goathouse NFL. But that'll wrap up this one. If you want my predictions there's more graphics, more visuals involved in the polls in that one. A few weeks ago it went up. You can check it out. A bunch of recent videos up on the channel. We got a video every weekday. So join us, like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Make sure you follow that Twitter. That's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.